You are listening to the Social Hotelier Show, a podcast that inspires hoteliers to create meaningful and memorable experiences for their customers in pursuit of their passion. We share our views and experiences relating to hospitality, technological trends, and also relating to humanity. Here is your host, Sam-Erik Rutman.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Social Hotelier podcast with me, Sam-Erik Rutman. Paul Williams, founder and CEO of Spearhead Creativity and managing partner, Asia Sakal Group Family Office, GCC. Paul leads Spearhead Creativity, a Dubai-based boutique brand consultancy with a global footprint, knowing for crafting holistic, commercial, viable brand strategies. With over 20 years of experience in the GCC area, Paul has guided some of the region's most iconic brands, helping them to thrive in one of the world's most dynamic markets. So welcome, Paul, and thanks for joining me the second time.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's a pleasure to be here with you again. So thank you so much for hosting me. Appreciate it.
Well, when I want to speak about Dubai or hear some expert information about Dubai, I always contact you. I mean, after all, you spent over 20 years over there, and the changes are neck-breaking. So, the time you spent in the Middle East working with some of the most prestigious brands, what initially drew you to this part of the world, and how has it shaped your approach to branding?
Well, I originally got headhunted by a media company to work out here, Sam, and I decided to take the plunge. Where some people might have saw risk, I saw opportunity. So it was a no-brainer. I had a decision to make because I was living in the UK at the time, so I had a decision to make between, Dubai or South Africa. So yeah, I went straight for innovation and technology. That was my main reason for coming out here.
Very good. So you never looked back then?
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, we're talking a little bit about, we have a lot of people in the audience listening with a hospitality background and interest, and that's why with Dubai hospitality and entertainment scene constantly reinventing itself, how do you guide legacy brands to stay relevant without losing their core identity in a market obsessed with the next big thing?
I think it's a case of just adapting to the times and always looking to the future. Dubai is definitely a place where it's always changing. There's always something new happening. It's a very innovative place, and it tends to attract the most, let's say, curious and innovative minds, the best of the best. That's what Dubai is all about, and UAE in a whole. So I think it's a case of, brands looking at the latest trends and then adapting to those trends, and also thinking forward. What's the next 5-10 years going to look like?
Yeah. With so many international hotel brands entering the Dubai market, what do you believe is the key to standing out and creating a lasting connection with the region's discerning travelers?
I think it's all about the brand's enduring essence. What does that brand stand for? What are the pillars of the brand, and how does it resonate? Because obviously a brand coming in from outside of the GCC would need to adapt to the local market. So it's all about understanding the culture, the cultural mixes, the nuisance, and then obviously finding out what your competitors are doing from a local, regional, and international basis. So it's all about integrating with the culture and partnering with the right partners, and finding that core enduring essence to focus on.
Yeah, let's say we take just a brand X based in Canada, and they say, well, we want to go to Dubai and grow there. What are maybe some 3-4 things that they should really pay attention to before they enter, so that they have a fighting chance to be successful?
Well, I think if you're looking at Dubai, you need to look at the cultural diversity, because it's a very mixed culture environment compared to somewhere like maybe Saudi Arabia, where it's a bit less cultural, but it's on the plans now into becoming more of a cultural district in terms of a country. So I think it's all about your cultural nuisance. How do you adapt your essence that's, from Canada, you just mentioned before, and how do you take that brand and adapt it to the new cultural environment here in the region, in the Middle East, and to Dubai? What partners are you working with to help you with that transitional space? Hopefully you'll be looking at me and hiring me to help you because we that's one of our specialties. But it's all about the kind of competitor landscape, understanding what your competitors are doing, understand your target audience, which is very important. Understanding their needs, because obviously their needs here in Dubai will be different from their needs in Canada, and just like partnering with the right partners to help you flourish here in the market. I think that's very
Yeah.
important.
One of the largest travel shows or trade shows for the hospitality industry is Arabian Travel Market. And I remember you told me that you have attended it recently when it was held. What was your biggest takeaway, and how do you see these insights shaping the strategies of your clients moving forward?
I think the biggest takeaway that I noticed from the Arabian travel market is just how many companies are coming here from outside of the region. There's a massive push and growth for the economy to attract more clientele, more businesses. Now, Dubai was a place where we had around about a population of just under 3 million. Now it's just over 4, and that's grown in the last like 17, 18 months. So you can see how rapid and how aggressive the market is. Every corner you turn now in Dubai, there's a crane. There's a new area being built. There's a new island coming up. There's a new hotel coming up on the island. But technology is really leading the way, I would say. The use of AI and how LLMs and stuff like this is coming into the market in terms of hospitality and how people are using that is really phenomenal. And I can't wait to see what the future holds when it comes to technology being enforced into the hospitality industry.
Yeah. So AI tools becoming mainstream in content creation and digital marketing. Do you think
Correct.
this will enhance or dilute the personal touch that's crucial of building a meaningful brands?
I think if you're smart enough, and we are smart enough, definitely it would enhance the experience.
Yeah.
We can't think of AI replacing anything. We need to think of it as an asset that helps amplify our messaging matrix. So it's all about adaptation. It's all about learning. Every day is a learning curve and a learning process. So I think my clients right now are learning how to use AI to enhance their abilities with rapid speed.
Okay, very good. So with a deep understanding of this Middle Eastern market, where do you see the biggest opportunities for AI to transform brands' communication in this cultural diverse region, as you mentioned?
I think basically with the use of AI and the technologies that's available at the moment, I think the growth aspect of things and where I can see the opportunity is customer experiences. So how to enhance customer experiences from a booking perspective, from a welcoming perspective when they enter the property and enter the hotel, the touch points within the facilities, how that helps them guide them in terms of their opportunities or their, let's say, their options on dining, on wellness, on sleep, and just general organization. So I think the opportunities are lying with the customer and the customer engagement. That's where the opportunities are, and a lot more hospitality clients are using these tools to help maintain their customer base, but also let's say attract more new customers from away from their competitors. Because everybody wants an experience. No one just is going to book a hotel just to be next to a mall or be on the beach. They want to have the complete experience. This is what they're paying their money for, and this is the opportunity that is growing in the mid market, I would say, rather than the luxury market. The mid market is where the opportunity lies.
All right. Yeah. So you work with brands like Dubai Tourism, Accor, and Cartier. What are the key ingredients for building a brand that resonates across diverse cultural contexts?
I think it's the content creation, to be honest with you. I'm working now with Millennium Group. So I'm managing the hotel portfolio across the region, and that's 64 plus properties. So they've launched, well, they've had it for a while now, but they're really talking about their My Millennium, which is their loyalty program. So loyalty programs, I think, are very, very key in terms of growth aspects. people want to earn points and want to be able to redeem points, whether that's an overnight stay, whether that's a dining experience, whether that's a hotel pickup to and from the airport. People are getting a lot more savvy in terms of their loyalty now. I would say sometimes it becomes Dubai a bloodbath. In terms of so many hotels popping up, so many restaurants popping up, and for every restaurant that opens, that between 5 or 10 close. So it's not easy. The customer loyal base is not as loyal as it is in Europe. Per se,
Oh,
wherever
yeah.
there's a new place or a new restaurant or a new hotel that pops up, it's like a flock of sheep. They'll just flock to the latest and the newest area. So you have to be very innovative. You have to be very cutthroat in your approach. Always, like I said, always thinking about the next step, the next thing, the next 5 years, the next 6 months. What are we going to do? How are we going to change the menu? Should we look at this theme? Should we do this night? Should we cater for this area, like a family area during the weekend? Should we have a live band? Should we have a singer? These kind of things are popping up now, and entertainment as well. A lot of restaurants now are not just serving pairing wines with fruit. They're thinking about the entertainment. The people that are coming in and walking around the table, how you're addressing your customers, and you're going now to restaurants, especially in the evening. They'll have set times and periods where you have to vacate. So for example, if you go to a specific restaurant in the DIFC, you might have 2 to 3 hours to sit and enjoy your meal. And then when it gets to the evening time, they'll have this entertainment section where they'll clear the tables, make space, and people start dancing and doing all different acrobats and on the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. So people are trying to make sure that they captivate their audience and retain their audiences. And word of mouth is very key. The PR has to be on point. And that's what I'm doing with Millennium at the moment. I'm handling their complete communication ecosystem across the region, including the PR aspect and also the social media aspect and the influencer engagement.
Very good. So storytelling must have a very important part of that.
Absolutely.
So how do you approach storytelling for this brand, particularly that need to connect with both local and possibly global audience?
Well, I mean, the storytelling is very, very important. That's why we make sure that we analyze and do our research in terms of the target audience profiling, whether you're looking at from a local perspective, from a Western perspective, and definitely now more than when I first arrived here 20 years ago, an Asian perspective, because you're getting a lot of Central Asian communities coming to Dubai now, investing in Dubai. A lot of Chinese and Japanese and South Korean, Vietnam, etc., coming to the Middle East now for investment. You can see it if you look at the property aspect. If you look at a company like Bingati, I worked with Bingati Properties for a while, and they opened up an office in China, I don't know, like 10 years ago, and they're reaping those rewards now because we've had a huge influx of Chinese investors and Chinese families coming to the Middle East. We've got Chinese schools. We got Dubai Mall opened up Chinatown in Dubai Mall last year, which is a massive area full of Asian and Chinese cuisine, and it's beautiful. I love it there. So you can see, you always have to be thinking 10 steps ahead compared to anyone else, and Dubai is doing that not just for Dubai. They're doing it as a hub for the region to show them that they need to be more open and need to think and be more innovative when it comes to attracting the right clientele, the right personas, and the right businesses to the region. You have to diversify.
Sure. So what advice would you give to entrepreneurs looking to establish meaningful connections in the region? I mean, the obvious thing is to contact you, but maybe if you can give a more very general idea.
I think do your research. Understand the cultural mixes here in the region. You have to fall in love with the country and the place where you live. Go to the local communities, go to the local areas where the locals hang out. Don't just go to the bling side of Dubai. Really embrace yourself with the culture, and understand and find a niche. Find that niche that you can kind of pinpoint and discover and build your brand from there. There's so many different choices in the region now in Dubai in terms of company organizations and company formation areas like, free zones, etc. So, find your comfort zone and find a niche and then flourish from there and learn,
Yeah.
because there's so much areas you can penetrate and learn from. So I would definitely, research is key.
Very good. And obviously, you can be a great help to those people who are looking for those, how to go about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm here. I'm a consult. Apart from running the business the day to day, we have an advisory service where we consult with companies looking to establish themselves in the Middle East. So I can help them when it comes to company formations and giving them advice on where to, which areas to look at in terms of their operations.
Excellent. So, as someone who has helped guide legacy brands and startups alike, what do you see the future of branding in an increasingly digital and global world? Is the future of branding is it very promising, or is it something else that needs to be looked at?
No, I think it's extremely promising, Sam, because like I said, storytelling is my passion, and everyone has a story. And I think when you're doing storytelling on the right in the right way, being open about your journey, your company's journey, and where you're going, it will resonate, and it will connect with so many different like-mindeds from different cultures perspective as well. So I think storytelling and branding is prominent, more prominent now than it ever was in the region, to be honest with you. Because, like I said, everyone's adapting to the change. You've got the Vision 2030. You've got the World Cup coming up here in the region. You've got the F1, which is flourishing now, and you've got so many different events and spectacles coming to the region. So everyone wants to be different. Everyone wants to enhance their storytelling. So I think branding is definitely key to growth.
Yeah. So if you could leave,
that's also not just from company perspective, but also for personal perspective. Personal branding is very important.
A personal branding, yep, yes, absolutely. And if you could leave one lasting impact on the branding industry, what would it be?
One lasting impact I would say is my legacy. I've worked with so many different brands around the region, from Kuwait to Saudi Arabia to Dubai, Bahrain, Oman. I've touched each and every footprint, and I've helped brands from the Middle East go into different markets like UK, US, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, etc. So I think legacy and being part of the journey and knowing that you've been part of the growth of the region, for me, is what I would like to leave them, and that's me.
Very good. Now, looking back on your career, is there a particular piece of advice you received that still guides you today?
Yeah, I would say be open to different cultures. Not everyone's going to be the same as you, so make sure you take it with a pinch of salt and be open to learning, because you have to. I like to immerse myself in my business when it comes to client. I love to immerse myself when it comes to different cultures. I like to go with my friends to a restaurant in Dubai which serves their cuisine. It might not be Middle Eastern, it might not be British, but it's Manipuri, it's Indian, it's Chinese, it's different. And for me, that allows me then to learn more about their culture, their ways of doing things, and how they think. And it really helps me when it comes to business, because it helps me gain trust, and that's what it's all about. Dubai is a very small place. So word of mouth, I've had so many referrals in the last 6-7 months, which has helped me grow, and I'm very grateful for that. So I think praise God and thank God for the opportunities that I have in my life, for sure.
Very good. If you think, I mean, Dubai is a very special place. I mean, you're driving back to UK once in a while. How does it feel to go back to UK, considering that you're in Dubai and there's 24/7, there's so much going on, and I don't know if people are still having two hand devices with them all the time, one for checking emails and messages and one for taking the phone call. It's a very different world than Europe. So tell me your personal feel.
To be honest with you, I don't know why, but I love going back more now than ever. I think
Okay.
maybe because I still got family there. My children are still there.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter, she grew up in Dubai. My mother's still there. God bless her. So I love going back. I think for me, I travel a lot anyway for work. So I really appreciate Dubai when I'm more so when I'm not here, because it's a
Yeah.
privilege to live here. It's so easy to live here.
Yeah.
In terms of like access to different things, and delivery, and the ease of getting around, and the technology is phenomenal compared to
Yeah.
somewhere in Europe. But I do love to go back and spend time with my family, and that's just me. So I don't mind the rain. I don't mind the cold weather. I don't mind buying new jumpers or new jackets just to be in the winter and having some hot chocolate. But as long as I'm with family, I think I'm very grateful for the life I lead. So for me,
Yeah.
my experience of going back to Europe is personal, and that's me. And I think a lot of people can learn from that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember from the time when I lived in Dubai, when there was a weather report, they usually said that tomorrow it's raining. It's going to be a beautiful day. So because rain is not that common in Dubai.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, when it rains, it pours. Let's say.
yeah, it does. So just as a final thing, that I'm sure there will be people interested to connect with you. And what would be the best way to reach you and to maybe ask some questions and how?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm quite active on LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn profile is Paul Williams, and you can search for Spearhead Creativity. That's my company name. But you can also reach me on my email address, which is ceo@spearheadcreativity.com. And yeah, just email me or just DM me on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to help guide you, advise you on your brand or your personal branding or any kind of training related aspects of your life or career that you need help with.
Well, thank you, Paul. It has been an excellent conversation as always.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sam, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Social Hotelier. If you enjoy this episode, please take a moment to leave us a review, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. We have an incredible lineup of guests coming your way, so stay tuned for more thought-provoking conversations. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.